The Spare Key. My name is Matthew Cole. I'm 58 years old. And if you'd asked me 2 years ago what my life would look like today, I would have said, the same coffee, the same porch, the same woman beside me, right up until the last good morning. 33 years of marriage. 2 kids, grown and gone. 29 years at the county utilities department, keeping water moving through pipes nobody ever thinks about until it stops. I wasn't a great man. I wasn't a terrible one. I showed up, I fixed what leaked, I paid what was due. And I believed my wife, Elaine, was doing the same. We had a plan, a quiet, simple plan. When I hit 60, we'd sell the house and buy a used Airstream. We'd drive through national parks, Acadia in June, Zion by October. Windows down, dogs sleeping between the seats. That was the future I could taste. But here's the truth. Some futures dissolve in a single moment. It was a Thursday in late September. Elaine said she had a library board meeting and asked if I could pick up apples from Connor's orchard. I did. On the way home, I passed the trailhead by the river and saw her car, her silver Corolla, parked half in the shade. I followed the deer path down to the rocks. And there she was, Elaine, sitting beside a man. His name was David Rowan. I'd met him once, a local philanthropist. Broad shoulders, sharp smile. Her hand was on his knee. His hand touched her face like it belonged there. Then she laughed. The laugh I thought was mine alone. When they kissed, 33 years made a sound I can only describe as paper tearing. I didn't shout. I didn't fight. I walked back to the car, apples rolling in the seat beside me, and drove home. 2 days later, while she was at the library, I opened her old roll-top desk with the spare key. Inside a tin were scraps of a double life. A motel receipt, a cabin key, and a Polaroid cropped in half. The half I held showed a lantern on a picnic table. And Elaine's hand, wearing her wedding band. That night, when she came home, she kissed my cheek and said, "The meeting ran long." And I realized it hadn't just been that night. It had been years. The confrontation wasn't dramatic, just a kitchen with onion skins in the sink. I asked, "How long have you been seeing David Rowan?" She closed her eyes. Off and on. 10, maybe 12 years. The number rearranged my entire life. Our son's baseball seasons, our daughter's prom, summer trips to the ocean, all running parallel to a secret I was never meant to find. "Why?" I asked. The saddest question in the language. Her answer broke me more than the truth. "I love you, Matt. I always did. But I loved him too. With you, I was safe. With him, I felt alive. Safe. Alive. Home. Freedom. Words that mean nothing when the trust beneath them is gone." I filed for divorce. We told the kids together. My son stared at the rug. My daughter gripped her coffee cup like it might break. The dog, bless him, brought us each his favorite toy as if squeaking could fix betrayal. I moved into a small apartment over a barber shop. 2 rooms, thin walls, cheap coffee maker. I put my ring in a dish with my keys and watched the mark fade from my finger. On Thursdays, I sit in a church basement with other men like me. We drink burnt coffee and tell truths in small doses. One man said, "Do you want to hit the guy?" I told him, "I want to not want to." He nodded. "Good enough for today." Elaine kept the house. I didn't fight her for it. She wanted the porch light. I wanted nothing that reminded me of lies carved into wood. The first holidays hurt. Thanksgiving at my son's, his little boy asked why Grandpa lived above haircuts now. I told him because I liked the sound of clippers. He nodded, satisfied with wisdom. Christmas, I stayed in a roadside motel. A couple argued over a crossword. 6 letters, starts with T, means to deceive. They guessed trick. I didn't correct them. One day in February, I drove back to the river. The rock was cold, the water slow. I pulled the spare key from my pocket, the one that had opened 100 doors in my marriage, and I threw it into the river. It didn't make much of a splash. Most truths don't. Here's what I know now. Betrayal doesn't erase the good mornings or the laughter. It doesn't unmake the children or repaint the kitchen. Those memories stand. But so do the lies, and you learn to carry both without letting either crush you. Forgiveness isn't about pardoning the past. Sometimes it's just choosing not to tell the same old story until it's the only one you have. I still think about the Airstream sometimes, about maps and roads we'll never drive. But life is smaller now. A coffee mug that fits my hand. A Thursday morning with men who understand. A call from my daughter that ends with, "Love you, Dad." People say time heals all wounds. I don't believe that. Time just teaches you where to place them so you can keep walking. And sometimes the person you thought would